Mary Church Terrell was born September 23, 1863, in Memphis, Tennessee, to Robert Reed Church and Louisa Ayers, who were former slaves who used their freedom to become small business owners and eventually became the wealthiest black people in America. Her parents always stressed to her and her siblings the importance of good education. Therefore, she was always hardworking and ambitious. She attended Oberlin College in Ohio and earned her bachelor's degree in 1884, being one of the first black women to do so. In 1888, she earned her master's degree in education and worked until 1891 on the Washington Board of Education. She worked until she was married to Robert Herberton Terrell, because married women were not allowed to work in education. After marriage, she became heavily involved in women's rights in Washington, D.C. Her main objective in all of her work was to get women the right to vote. In 1896, she and other activists founded the National Association of Colored Women, and she was named the president of the organization. In 1904, Church was invited to speak in Berlin at the International Congress of Women. She was the only black woman there, and made a good impression when she gave her speech in German, English, and French. During the First World War, Church and her daughter Phyllis Terrell joined the Congressional Union for Women's Suffrage in picketing the White House. She was upset in one demonstration when party leader asked black suffragists not to march with them. This was in fear that being connected to black civil rights would cause them to lose support of white women in the South. The leader of the CUWS refused to acknowledge that they support black women's suffrage. In 1909, Church joined with Mary White Ovington in order to form the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. Church wrote several books about the struggles of colored women, including her autobiography, A Colored Woman in a White World. In 1949, she was the first African American admitted to the Washington chapter of American Association of University Women. After being refused service in a whites-only restaurant, she sued the establishment, leading to the court order that all segregated restaurants in the city were unconstitutional. In 1954, Mary Church Terrell died in Annapolis, Maryland. Her home in Washington, D.C. has been named a National Historic Landmark.